Hello, it's Pikoala here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. So I'm bringing you guys a fairy cottage. It's actually a starter fairy cottage. Now, it is really hard for me to try and budget my houses because I just can't. I just love the most expensive things. The most prettiest things in The Sims 4 just happen to be so pricey. So I definitely have to work on that. But when I tell you that the new expansion pack that just came out, the Enchanted by Nature, it's expensive, guys. Like, really expensive. Like, I was not expecting it to be that expensive. And when I was comparing it to the Cottage Living expansion pack, I was like, like the Cottage Living is actually, I don't know if it's because it's very country, and I don't know if it's supposed to be cheaper, and then with the fairy aesthetic, the fairy core aesthetic, it's very like royal and magical and glamorous. I don't know, but let me tell you, trying to furnish and make this place look absolutely beautiful was a little bit on the difficult side. I'd probably say my favorite part in this build is the outside, because I used a lot of debug items, and as you guys know, the debug items are 0 simoleons. They literally cost you nothing, and you can play around with it. You can size down, size up, as you always can do in The Sims 4, and you can kind of just play with it, and you have access to a lot of things that you don't have access to at all in the regular like build buy. This cottage was definitely inspired by my, I don't know if you guys saw my previous video, it was the cast video for my Lavender fairy. If you guys didn't know or didn't see the last episode, I created my very own Sims 4 Legacy Challenge based on fairies. So I'll link it down below, it'll be in the description. On my Tumblr page, you guys have full access to the information, all the rules, and each generation. So I'm gonna do like a little mini series on my channel with the new challenge that I create, and then maybe in the future I plan to maybe continue it on Twitch, or you know, any maybe like live on YouTube. Whatever I plan to do, you guys can leave me your suggestions as well. Or I'll just play it on my own. Whatever, you guys let me know what you guys think, and we'll just see how the challenge goes with what you guys think. But anyways, so the first generation is the Lavender fairy, also known as the Mood Flirty. So the new Sims 4 challenge that I created is called the Moody Fairy Challenge. So this challenge basically goes through an array of different emotions, different personalities of all types of fairies. So first off, we have the Lavender fairy, who has the mood of being flirty. So she's obviously the founder. Now she is going to start up with a house or a cottage that can only be max 20 grand simoleons. You can't go above it, you can't go below it. Well, you can't go below it, but it's definitely hard trying to create this and make it like spectacular. I couldn't put my all into it with using all of the items from the new expansion pack. I did cross and use obviously other packs, so this isn't only base game. This isn't only base game and Enchanted by Nature. If you guys do want to see a separate video with that, definitely let me know. I'll be happy to do that, because I definitely want to play around and build more. But I know with the mini series, I'll definitely be able to, you know, expand this house, because this is just our starter home. And Miss Lavender fairy, she's gonna start off with like a small business. You know, she's a very ambitious sim, but she also is a hopeless romantic. So she just hopes to, you know, not only do amazing and well for herself, but also have like a big giant family to do that for them as well. And she wants to find her soulmate. So basically, overall, her story is just finding the love of her life and marrying them, having top-notch successful children, meaning they're raised well, they have skills, they complete their aspirations, all of the above, but also having a small little business that is also very successful, and she will be selling all her creative work because she is a very creative sim. So definitely getting into that. So starting off a little bit bare in this house. That's why I'm saying the outside is definitely my favorite, but I still wanted to like present it and show it to you guys, not only to match with my lavender fairy that I created. Now with the lavender fairy, obviously lavender is like purple, but it's more like a pastel purple. Now I did say this in my last video, unfortunately The Sims 4 does not have a lot of purple swatches, so definitely trying to mess with it is kind of hard. But in this challenge too, every generation has its own color, so that's why if you're seeing me, why am I doing all these specific colors? Like I've said it in my previous video explaining with the challenge, you don't have to make your house purple, you don't have to make your fairy purple, her hair purple. It's a choice. If you just like to have that color-esque to your challenge or your legacy, it just makes it a little bit more fun. But yeah, there's not many pastel colors in The Sims 4, and it's very unfortunate. But, you know, as time goes on with upgrading this house, I'll probably take more purple out of the house and kind of make it more light and magical tone. This is kind of just looking a little bit more run down, kind of the basics of what my fairy needs. I did end up, I don't know if you guys see, I end up going back and forth because I wasn't sure exactly. I didn't have like a full idea, especially because this was my first time seeing the build and buy mode, creating this cottage. It was my very first time going into debug, picking out all the items, picking out all the you know, the plants and the greenery and the trees. And when I tell you that I love the debug items, I absolutely love them, and there's so many of them. It's just a little wild to me that they're not in build buy mode and why I have to go into debug to get them. It's just a little strange to me, especially with like the plants, the grass, the mushrooms. Like, I don't know. I mean, it makes it a little bit more fun. I did cut some off because I'm not like the greatest with landscaping and I'm really slow with it. So I don't do all of it. And I don't know if you guys kind of really like to see the landscaping or if it's kind of boring to you. But because I'm a little slow in it, I kind of just cut it out. But you can see like a lot of the items I was choosing was debug. Like even that tree stump or that tree log with the moss on it, that's a debug item too. And a few of the cottage living debug items came in handy with this too, just because it gives like that, I don't know, it kind of gives like a mystical, magical, fairy tale vibe to it. So definitely the outside, I played a lot around with the mushrooms. They're very bright and vibrant, and they actually like light up at night, which is really cool because I didn't know that. And you can change the color, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just like the standard like red mushroom color, but it really just like brings out the cottage. It just really gives it that effect. But yeah, and obviously having that little mini greenhouse, that's our starter greenhouse, so that's what she's starting with. Now, I was left with 11 simoleons, literally going back and forth, deleting items, replacing it with others. Now, if you guys don't know this, if you purchase an item and in build mode, and then you go back into live mode, and then you go back into build mode and sell it, you're not going to sell it for the same price that you bought it. So I knew that, but I still did it because I just am so indecisive with certain things. But yeah, this was just me really like playing around with the new expansion pack 2. So I didn't really have like a full, I just kind of went in and started building, started buying, and started creating. But yeah, the little house to the right is like her little small business. It's so small, like we don't even have money to like register a small business yet, but we're gonna get there. And you know, you guys can make that into anything if you end up downloading, or if you want to download this. I didn't use any CC. I'm pretty sure I didn't use any CC. So I think I tried to, and I was like, no. Let's try to not use CC. But if you guys do, you won't have to, when you download the gallery, you don't have to switch off the includes custom content little tab or whatever. But yeah, I think this was when I was putting the stepping stones and I went back and forth using CC or not. But anyways, so yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys definitely want to start the challenge, let me know, tag me in it. I don't know, send me your creations. I'm so curious how like your fairies come out and how your cottages come out. I'm really, really curious because, You know, I'm so amazed by all the households, and not the households, but like the builds and everything in the world. And then going onto the gallery, because I'm literally making up my story village in this new mini series, and downloading all of the builds. You guys do an amazing job, and I did download some townies too to kind of just incorporate that village vibe. So if you guys see a family that, oh hey, I created them, let me know, I'll shout you out. But to anyone that I downloaded the houses, the whichever that I download, you guys are so talented. Like these fairy cottage castles, it's just like, it's wild. And I'll definitely get there with practice, but I don't put enough effort to like, or put in enough work to like do that. But the creation is wild. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys kind of enjoy the build. I know it's kind of bare minimum. I definitely wanted to add more greenery, trust me, but we were running out of money and I didn't want to cheat. And I can do that in a separate video of a different, or just I think I'm gonna like just let loose and create a separate cottage just to have fun with the pack a little bit more. But like I said, I'm gonna go wild when we gain our money up in the challenge. That's why kind of starting up very low with funds is like kind of makes it more fun, because you just work your way up to having the best items. But yeah, I'm gonna skedaddle. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.